I have actually filmed this a few times before now, but couldn't get it right. So this is my ranking of my top 10 favorite tales from the Crypt episodes. Okay. Uh, why I didn't get this right before was because of some distractions and everything. So I didn't get all the information right. So anyway, as I scribble down and the paper is spanned because I filmed this before. And so, Tales from the Crypt is an horror anthology television series aired for 92 episodes in 7 seasons from 1989 to 1996. The first 6 seasons was aired in the US. The 7th season was moved to Britain to England. Based on the gruesome, easy comic books of the 50s, such as Tales from the Crypt, The Vault of Horror, Crime, Suspense Stories, and others. Some episodes are real horror, some are mixed with horror and other genres, and some aren't even horror. Like some episodes are like crime suspense stories, crime thrillers, and whatever. So yeah, I'm not gonna go through all the directors and every writer of the episode and who has directed every episode. So it's hard to tell who created the series because there's no real information. But the comic books was originally published by William M. Gaines. And yeah, this is my favorite horror anthology television series of all time. I'm not a big horror guy really, but as you will find out that some episodes aren't even horror, and so let's go back a bit. So 1972, there was released a Tales from the Crypt anthology movie. I watched that. Not a big fan. Other stuff after the television, in between the television series, there was one Tales from the Crypt movie called Demon Knight. Not a big fan. And not a big fan of the two movies that came after, Bordello of Blood, and I think the third one was called The Ritual. Even watched that all the way through. So the intros is very funny in this. It's John Cassier doing the voice of the Crypt Keeper. Yeah, legendary intros in a television series. Very funny, horrific punch, bad jokes, very fun. So, and okay, so remember now, this is a personal list. It's not the best Tales from the Crypt episodes of all time. It's a personal list. So, and I gotta say, I left out And All Through the House, season 1, episode 2, which is probably known as the best episode of Tales from the Crypt, often ranked as the best. Very often. It's not in my top 10. It's very good though. Another one is Television Terror season 2 episode 16. Not in my top 10. The one I was very surprised that it wasn't in my top 10, as I went through all the episodes and started to thinking which is my number top 10, going through all of them and ranking them. It's Yellow season 4 episode 14, the last episode of season 4, or was it season 3? I kind of forgot, but anyway, so yeah, I thought it's definitely in my top 10, as I absolutely imagine it to be, and thought, but no, actually it wasn't, which is quite strange, because it's not a horror episode. It's a very good war episode, amazing episode. Weird. but it wasn't. It didn't make my top 10, my personal top 10. Okay. So let's get on to the ranking. 10. Death of Some Salesman, Season 5, Episode 1. Yeah, great episode. This is about this guy who tried to... He's a salesman. So he he fakes selling like graveyard spots, and the only thing he is gonna do is try to make money. So I'm not gonna reveal too much of every episode because they have plot twists and twist endings. So 9. Federal Caper, Season 7, Episode 1. Season 7 is known as the worst season, but the first episode is absolutely amazing, I think. And it has my favorite twist ending of all Tales from the Crypt episodes. I'm obsessed with twist endings. So it's about these 3 brothers. Their father died. There's a woman they hire to take care of everything, and things develop. So 8. Top Billing, Season 3, Episode 5, about this struggling actor who may not look so good. But he says he's a good actor, and he gets into like an underground independent theater to do a role, and let's just leave it at that. 7. Cutting Cards, Season 2, Episode 3. It's about this guy and his rival who are gamblers, and yeah, they competing with each other. So 6. Morning Mass, Season 3, Episode 10. About this reporter who finds out like people has died. And by the way, Cutting Cards is not a horror episode, by the way, so I forgot to say that. But Morning Mass, so it's about this guy, a reporter who go into cemeteries, and yeah, he's searching for a big story. He's an alcoholic, so he's about to lose his job, and the electricity is cut in his home and everything, and he finds a really good story. Let's just leave it at that. 5. Creep Course, Season 5, Episode 9. Creep Course is about this young nerdy girl in school. I love nerdy girls, by the way. They're really sexy with the glasses and everything. It's just a thing I like. So, but yeah, and she meets this popular guy who says that they're gonna try to break into this teacher's house. He is an Egyptologist, so he has Egyptian stuff. Very good. 4. People Who Live in Brass Hearses, Season 5, Episode 5. Great episode also. It's about these 2 brothers. One is criminal. He has just gotten out from jail. The other one is down with it, kind of stupid, quite stupid. And they try to, because this brother, the criminal brother, tries to give back to this guy who put him in jail, where he has worked before. This guy who drives an ice cream truck. Let's just leave it at that. 3. The Man Who Was Dead, Season 1, Episode 1. The very first episode, Tales from the Crypt episode, one of the greatest. So, and many of this is known as the greatest also. So, yeah, it's about this guy who, do the work of executing people in electric chairs, but he takes his job outside of his works. So, 2. What's Cooking, Season 4, Episode 6. This could be the best episode of all Tales from the Crypt of all time, so it's great. It's about this chef and his wife who they have a restaurant, and there's a homeless guy working for them. he has a new recipe. The only thing I'm gonna say about this is Meatloaf, the musician. Meatloaf, watch the episode, is great. 1, 2 for the show, season 5, episode 6. My favorite Tales from the Crypt episode of all time. It's from crime suspense stories. It's not horror at all. It's like a crime mystery thriller episode. It's about this. So, anyways, this is very Hitchcockian. It's like a Hitchcock episode. So, like, think like Strangers on a Train, which when you watch this episode, you know what I mean. So it's about this guy who murdered his wife, Tracy Lords, the adult actress, very beautiful woman. She's so beautiful and sexy on this episode. So she thinks he doesn't pay enough attention to her. He talks about his job so much, so he murdered her. And that's in the beginning, so I don't reveal anything. And then the cops come, and then they go on a train, not gonna reveal too much, and it's the most exciting Tales from the Crypt episode, most exciting, most intense Tales from the Crypt episode I have ever seen, and many of this is known as some of the best, as is 2 for the show. Amazing television series, one of my favorite television series, and that's it. That's my ranking of my top 10 favorite Tales from the Crypt episodes, full of plot twist endings, amazing television series. Okay, see you next time, bye.